Alright, so this is our new house. The driveway's nice and long. The driveway's like 40 feet long. There's the front main 2-car garage with a third add-on car garage. And then we walk up to the house. This is the entryway. This is just a temporary door that they gave us. Our door is much nicer than that. It has a glass insert with a nice decorative star on it. It's a really pretty wooden door that they're going to put on there. It's just temporary. All right, going in. Opens into just an entryway that curves around and goes there, and that's going to be the living room and the kitchen. Over here off to the side we'll have our bedrooms going through this doorway. This will be the front bedroom. It's not very big. It's 10 by 12, pretty standard sized bedroom. And the windows of this bedroom look out across the street. Hopefully they'll move that porta potty. And that's our little park. They're not going to build anything on that little horseshoe cul-de-sac circle thing. It's just going to stay. I hope they'll put in some like landscaping or a bench, some benches or something, some trees or something. Anyway, they're not going to build any houses on that. And both of the small bedrooms have small kind of walk-in closets. They're not huge, but they're probably 4 feet deep and 8 feet wide, something like that, maybe. Walking through, this is the second bedroom. This is the one that's going to actually be my office. And it's pretty standard size, except for the doorway is kind of at an angle. It kind of takes a little bit out of the square footage out of the room, but not much. I think this room is probably 11 or 12 by 13, something like that. Kind of a medium-sized room. This is going to be the guest bath. It's going to have a tub and a shower combo with just a single sink vanity and a toilet over there. Pretty standard guest bathroom. Walking in here, this is where the entry is to the living room. This is the living room. We've got 3 great big picture windows that look out to the side yard. And back over there, that's the kitchen area. That's the kitchen, or part of it. There's the bar in the center. So this is a fairly big area. It's not huge, but it's probably 18 by 21 or so, something like that. So fairly big living area. This will be the wall where our TV is and everything. So from the kitchen, from the bar, it's about that far. Okay. This over here is the dining room. And it's pretty big, it's pretty odd shaped. It's going to have a vaulted ceiling. Whether you can see that or not. And you see it if you look at the framing there on the wall, you can see how the ceiling's going to be vaulted. And it's like, I don't know, 10 or 11 feet wide by 15 feet deep. So it's a pretty good, we'll be able to put a large dining table in there and chairs and still have room to move around. So good for game nights or if we have people over for dinner or something like that. This is Yvonne's kitchen. It's going to be really big. It's going to have cabinets and counter space all along this wall and all along that wall. And then over here on the other side, there's going to be cabinets and counter space right in that area And then right there is where the refrigerator is going to go. Right here in that corner. You can see it's already plumbed up and got the electrical for the refrigerator. So she'll have plenty of counter space and cabinet space, which is we've been woefully short of on our house. Then this is the rough framing for the bar. There'll be a dishwasher there, a big sink there. We're doing a single bowl sink, and then some cabinet space on that side of it. There'll be a bar with a raised. The bar will be raised up here, and then the counters will be down here a little bit. And this will be a walk-in pantry. Yvonne said it's not really walk-in, but it's pretty spacious. It's probably 8 by 5, so a lot bigger than the pantry we have now, which is basically just a closet. This is going to be, I think I'm not sure what this is going to be. Maybe more storage, maybe a closet. Then this is going to be Yvonne's office. It's narrow, it's about 8 feet wide, but it's really long and deep, about probably 15 feet. So her desk will probably be down there at that far end of the wall, and this is her office space. We think they probably used to call it a sunroom before so many people started working out of their home offices. So they just changed calling it from a sunroom to an office. And here will be our laundry room. Pretty good size laundry room, big enough for a washer and dryer over there. And in here, this is going to be the master bedroom. And so we got windows looking out over the backyard. The back fence is not going to be very far from the back of the house, only about 8 feet away or so. So, master bedroom, nothing fancy, no pan ceilings or anything like that, but it's a lot bigger than what we have. And then this will be the master bathroom. It's pretty big. There's going to be a dual vanity there, dual sinks, one there, one over there, and a big walk-in shower here. No tub in this one, just a big giant walk-in shower. And the toilet will be in this little water closet here, so it'll have a door on it. And then this space is supposed to be for linens. It's kind of a stupid thing. We don't like it. We wanted them to move this wall for us and make the walk-in closet bigger, but they said they couldn't. So that's one of the first projects I'm going to be doing on this house, is moving that wall that you see right there out here and putting it along there. And the reason I'm going to do that is because this is the walk-in closet, and it's a nice big giant closet, except for it's got this little useless space back here that's that big. It's only about not even 3 feet wide, I don't think. Anyway, Yvonne wants me to move this wall out here. She'd rather have the extra space inside the closet. So we're going to talk about doing that. It's probably going to be the first project I do. Okay, coming out here, back to Yvonne's office. This is our back door. It leads out to the back covered patio. Fairly good size covered patio, not huge, but big enough to put some chairs on and kind of enjoy being out here in the breeze. It's breezy right now. Looking at the tree line. Right now, you can see how narrow it's going to be. This wall, this retaining wall, is the back of our property. And I don't know whether you can see that, but that's a pretty big drop off. But that's our backyard. This is the yard behind our house. Only going to be about maybe 8 feet wide by the time they get the fence up. But the side yard, which will be really the backyard, is really big. All the way to that existing fence from the neighbors, and it looks like they've been there for a while because their fence is weathered. But from there to here is probably about 45 feet, maybe 40 feet, something like that, from the corner of our porch to our fence line on the back. And it kind of gets narrower at the front. Right up there you can see that's the back side of our one-car garage. So backyard, pretty big. Then on the other side, this will all be narrow, but big enough to get a lawnmower through and mow it in a couple of sweeps. That stake right there in the ground, that's our property line. And I'm standing next to the corner of the house. So coming over here to the retainer wall, our property line will go from that stake to about where that street sign pole is sticking up. That sort of marks, we're actually probably right about where that thing is, where those flags are, is our property line. So it gets narrower toward the front. But you can see how deep the house is. It's not very wide, but it's really, really deep. And so back here is probably where we'll wind up putting a shed, because it's a big enough area where we can get a good sized shed in here, be out of the way but still accessible. And I won't have too much yard to keep back here. And that's about it. Eventually they'll be building houses behind us. You can see all the utilities are already in place for all these lots. And then the 2 lots next to us still have to be built. All these houses over here are all new construction. And really nice tree lines back there. All new construction. That one is similar to our house. It doesn't have the 3rd-car garage, and it doesn't have the same elevation, but it's similar in size to our house. Actually, that one right there is like our house. Looks kind of small next to those big 2 stories, but it's bigger than what we got now by about 700 square feet. Anyway, this is our neighborhood. See, they're watering the park. They've got irrigation over there in the little park area. I hope they do something with it and don't just leave it one big grass field, but at least it's a nice place for the girls to get out there and play and run around right across the street.